at the event. Thank you. Alexis has started recording for us, so we're all set to go. I'm going to stop sharing my video now, and we're going to, one at a time, have each of the teams come up. There's a pitch order that we'll be going off of. I will be introducing each of the teams, and then in between, we'll have 30 seconds for each team to get ready to go up next. In that 30 seconds, I will be playing a 30-second video clip of applause sounds. During this time, feel free to again tag hashtag HSBPC, put it on Instagram, on Facebook, and we'll get going. Okay, so I'm going to introduce the teams in and out. Alexis is going to control us and tell us what we need to be doing where. Okay, so now we have up first. Thank you for going first, Jacob. We have Jacob Ziegler from Solar Dot.
It's a sunny afternoon, and you look out the window. You breathe in fresh air. There are blue skies. You see a world that is unencumbered by fossil fuel pollution. Recently, we've seen a glimpse of environmental restoration during the current coronavirus pandemic. But what if this could be the new norm? What if you could feel connected to the natural world through your window and know that you're helping to sustain this beauty? Whether we like it or not, a massive change in the way that we all live is coming for our time on this planet to not be short-lived. Part of this necessary change is the transition from fossil fuel energy to renewable energy. And today, solar energy is here, but we at SolarDot aim to revolutionize the solar energy market through one simple change, the window. We are bringing to market a transparent solar product that can be used in the place of a traditional window, effectively allowing commercial and residential buildings to be self-sustaining. Our target market, property owners of newly developed commercial office spaces and residential apartment complexes, will be able to save money in the long run and have those savings trickle down to their tenants. Right now, the solar energy market is valued at around $55 billion, but by 2026, it's projected to more than quadruple, reaching an estimated value of $223 billion. Except our solar product is different. It's not external, but highly efficient, and it's tapping into a new developing market altogether. We will be profitable by transforming the traditional glass window that a property developer would use and sell not only the glass, but the wiring and battery necessary to create this renewable power system. Imagine the exponential growth that is possible. Imagine knowing that your office or home office is being powered by the very sunlight that's coming through your window. This could be a reality. That is why we're asking for $120,000 to obtain a patent, develop our product, and to gain the materials necessary to show that our fleshed out product is fully functional and can save money in the long run. That is, and allowing us all to help sustain the natural wonders of this earth for generations to come.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and next we have Samuel with Anna's Assisted Living Facility.
Thank you, Amelia. My name is Samuel Mwangi from Anna's Assisted Living Facilities. I'm here to ask for $125,000 in exchange for 10% equity from a strategic investor interested in franchising in the senior care space. We have a team of 8 passionate individuals with a rich background in senior care. For example, Nancy owns 5 homes with 6 residents each. They are given highly personalized care which improves the quality of life in their sunset years. Each home yields a net annual income of over $50,000. Our team now wants to expand this rewarding work through the franchise model. We want to help franchisees overcome their challenges, especially the ones associated with establishing and operating these senior care businesses. What's the market like in senior care? 2 numbers. 4 million, 14 million. Those were the numbers of individuals older than 85 as at 2000 and as at 2040. And this is the greatest proportion of individuals who make up the need for assisted living care. So the market is expanding rapidly. We want to grow from 5 locations to 20 locations within 3 years in Washington State, and then to 50 locations in the US over 20 years. Business revenue is expected to be over $1 million in 2025. Franchisees will pay $40,000 upon sign up, and then 5% operating revenue thereafter. The $125 I'm requesting for will be used for marketing and legal expenses. I therefore invite you to be part of the team, providing comfort, care, and goodness to the seniors that we love so dearly. Invest your time, passion, and expertise in us. Lastly, I request for your supporting vote in this competition. Thank you very much.
Great job, Sam. Thank you. Judges, make sure you're noting down your scores. Okay, next we have Halal Akhtas from Mini Waves Baby Spa.
When I was pregnant with my daughter, I was told that the best moment of my life would be the moment when I first held my baby in my arms. But it really wasn't. According to CDC, 1 in 9 women in the US suffer from postpartum depression. This also translates to higher rates of depression in children and partners, and this affects hundreds of thousands of families. A turning point in my life was when I went to baby spa in Turkey. It was very relaxing for my daughter, and I also loved the activity in the company of many other parents who were experiencing some of the same emotions that I was. Then I started a similar experience when I returned to US, but to my surprise, baby spas are not a really thing here. That is the moment when I decided that I wanted to create similar experience for women here. Baby spas have already been very successful and fun and effective activity for infants in many parts of the world. But I want this to be more than just a cool activity for infants and parents. I want to create physical presence that is safe, tranquil, and smartphone-free environment for infants and their parents, especially mothers to bond and connect with one another. With this goal in mind, the main businesses of Mini Waves Baby Spa will be hydrotherapy and infant massage instructions, which has been shown to effectively treat postpartum depression symptoms. Additionally, my team and I aim to create a community of these parents by providing support both pre- and postnatal stages in the form of seminars, support groups, and bonding activities like Mama Infant yoga classes. We expect the startup cost to be around $200,000 and to become cash positive by 3rd year. We plan to start with 1 location in Seattle, then expand it to rest of the Pacific Northwest, and eventually rest of the country. To make this happen, we need investors like you to give us your advice, mentorship, and your vote for this competition. Thank you.
Great job. Thank you. Great. Next up, we have Christian Swank from Pale.
It's 6:45 a.m. In an hour, my sister Kelsey needs to be meeting with an important client. In 45 minutes, her 2 boys need to be at school, which means they need to leave in 30. Breakfast still needs to be eaten, coffee to be brewed, backpacks ready, shoes tied, and the part she dreads the most is packing lunches. Mornings are chaotic for parents. Making lunch doesn't make it any easier. In fact, in the Puget Sound region alone, there's over 175,000 Kelseys experiencing the same thing. I'm Christian Swank from Pale, as in Lunch Pail. We provide a way for parents to get time back. It's a subscription lunch that's delivered weekly, kid customized, and always adheres to a parent's set health preference. We get the perfect amount of calories, nutrients, and deliciousness delivered right to your door, customized specifically for your kid. In fact, other meal kits aren't ready to go or ready to eat like Pale. They're ready to heat or ready to make. And that's partly what saves parents an average of 80 hours a year from lack of meal prep, cleaning, and shopping. Let's fast forward a week. It's Monday, 6:45 a.m., and Ollie and Wes, Kelsey's two boys, have just grabbed their personalized pails out of the fridge and are ready to go for school. Kelsey is sitting at the table, drinking her coffee and enjoying it for one of the first times in a while. Pale's looking to get support and funding and get off the ground quick in 6 to 8 months with a plan to reach unit profitability a year after launch and reach 15 cities within 5 years. The way we're going to reach our demographic is highly digital, focusing on equal parts internet marketing, direct marketing, and social media marketing on platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. And lastly, and most importantly, Pale is meant for the common good. Built into our model is a dedication to being carbon negative and a social mandate to end food insecurity for children. Every box delivered affords a meal for a child who doesn't know where their next one comes from. That's Pale. It's time cold lunch got cool. Thank you.
Great job, Christian. Judges, make sure you're getting those scores down. Okay, next up we have Alejandro Ramirez from Navia Technologies.
On that tragic day last April, human error and strong wind conditions knocked down a crane in South Lake Union, killing 4 people and injuring 4 more on Mercer Street. With a skyline dotted by cranes, Seattle is no stranger to construction. And sadly, construction is no stranger to tragedy. With over 11 million construction workers in the United States alone, a single incident can have a rippling effect of disruption and heartache. Non-fatal injuries cost the industry over $9.8 billion a year, and 1 out of 5 workers in the US that die are construction workers. With some of the most common causes including falls and electrocution, this doesn't have to be this way. A safety inspector can't be everywhere at once, but Navia can. Our solution implements hardware, mobile on-site technology using cameras with artificial intelligence software in order to identify potential danger and alert workers 24/7. By preventing accidents before they happen, we can not only save our customers their budget, but their lives as well. We're asking for $500,000 in initial seed funding in order to transition into hardware and software development, which will allow us to have a prototype at the latest by the end of year 3. With that prototype, we are looking to implement field tests with potential customers in an emerging industry, which will allow us to break even by year 4. With your support, we can have a lasting impact. We can create a stronger, safer foundation for the construction industry. Together, we can save lives. I'm Alejandro, and I'm with Navia. Thank you.
Thank you. Great job, Alejandro. And next up, we have David King-Traub with Delta B.
Mid-sized companies defied the odds by surviving their startup, but cheap coffee and Post-it notes can only coordinate things so far before those processes break down. leading to lost orders, employee turnover, and inventory write-offs. Software should have solved this years ago, but mid-sized companies were handed the decades-old leftovers of the DOS days and priced out of the best offerings available to the Goliaths that they have to compete against. We're here to help. Delta B is a software that digitizes an organization's workflow, coordinating tasks across department so that each person knows exactly what to work on next. And as those tasks are completed, the right records are automatically stored to create auditable reports for HR, accounting, and everyone else. Delta B costs just $1 per user per day, making it easily adopted by any individual in an organization without requiring corporate approval. Once one team is using it, it spreads like wildfire throughout an organization as they see just how easy it is to coordinate and keep the appropriate records in one single digital location. There are just over 250,000 mid-sized manufacturing companies in the US, and half don't have appropriate planning software. Even projecting conservative growth, we're budgeting over $8 million in subscription revenue by year 5. And because our costs scale directly with revenue, we can achieve incredibly robust margins, allowing us to keep our software affordable for those who need it while delivering a great return to our shareholders. Now, ERP software is obviously incredibly complex, but we already have experience developing it and have created a product roadmap to guide us from launching our initial product through a long-term life cycle with new features released every quarter. Mid-sized companies face an enormous challenge of competing against behemoths with an unfair technological advantage. Our business is making their business easy. So I'd ask that you pull out your judging form, write down the name Delta B, and help us change their world.
Great job, thank you. And sorry about that, Ashley. We tried to skip over air, but you are next. Carson with air will be up next. Okay, Ashley, sorry for trying to skip you. Air, go for it. Oh, air, go for it.
We are in the middle of a global pandemic, and we all know it. The healthcare industry is upside down and completely flooded. Meet Joe, a clinical recruiter at a hospital in Seattle. Joe has numerous positions that he needs to fill: MAs, nurses, primary care doctors, to not only meet the needs of COVID, but after COVID as well. Recruitment in the traditional sense is time-consuming, it's expensive, it's antiquated. Joe doesn't have time to source or screen. He needs to be efficient, and he needs help. Recruiters can spend hours upon hours searching for the perfect candidate. We sometimes call it the purple squirrel. And it can cost up to $400,000 to recruit just one MD. So let me introduce you to AIR. We bring oxygen to recruitment through a unique matchmaking system that leverages artificial intelligence and behavioral targeting. I got this idea of artificial intelligence meets recruitment in my current role of Chief People Officer in my healthcare organization. Our system is a B2B cloud platform that actually can source and qualify candidates at the top of the funnel of publicly sourced data and candidate profiles. But not only does our technology source them and qualify them at the top, we can qualify them all the way at the bottom of the funnel using a culture and values algorithm. And it's all automated, which is uniquely positioning us. So think of us like a Match.com for recruitment. In our organization, in an organization with 500 employees, the recruitment budget is roughly $700,000. Using AIR, we could reduce that to $300,000. That's about a 60% decrease. Our go-to-market strategy starts with a pilot and proof of concept. Then we will expand to 1 to 2 organizations, and then nationally and into new industries. Today, we are seeking a data scientist and $500,000. My name is Ashley Smith Carson, and I appreciate your vote.
Thank you. Great job. Okay, and next up, we have Thomas Neiman from Bar Buddy.
It's a Saturday. I receive a text from a buddy. What's the move tonight? I try to think of places other than the same 3 bars I go to every weekend. Why is it so hard to know which bars are worth the Uber? Hi, I'm Thomas Neiman. My partners and I are proud to bring you Bar Buddy, the social platform for bars and those who frequent them. We aim to provide a space for users to discover new nightlife experiences while providing local businesses with a way to directly connect with potential patrons. A survey we conducted with over 100 responses showed that just 5% of nightlifers are completely content with their nightlife experiences. There is a way to get tailored information on just about anything except the nightlife community. Our survey responses indicated that nightlifers lack a tool to bridge the information gap between them and the bars that they could pay a visit. Our target market segment consists of young adults who plan to drink most weekends and rely on technology to make plans. This is a demographic fit for the general 21 to 30-year-old population. 51% of these people go to a bar at least once a week, and 93% own smartphones. Bar Buddy, the app, houses features that enable users to interact with a map that shows every bar in the world, engage their friends through bar reviews, quickly scroll through the local events, and in the near future provide a home bar and mixology guide to keep nightlifers occupied during the pandemic. We plan to launch a premium advertising service through our app using a freemium model. Bars can elect to pay for a specific amount of time of boosted exposure for their bar or an event on the app's dashboard. Bar Buddy's secret sauce exists in the market position of our platform. Services such as Yelp and TripAdvisor provide a solution to bring business to bars, but these tools are not designed with nightlifers in mind. Then there are tools like Untapped and Discotheque, which provide tailored experiences to breweries and clubs, but these services do not address the bar and nightlife community as a whole. Our main marketing strategy will be to leverage social media to bring awareness to our service. We also plan to have a presence at many local events when the pandemic concludes. Our app is currently available for download on the iOS App Store. We've sponsored one event so far called the Bar Buddy First Annual Content Crawl. At this time, we're not asking for funding, but welcome all inquiries and partnerships. Thank you.
Thank you. Great job. Just under the wire. Great. And next up, we have Monica William Gibbs. Oh, next up, we have Monica with William Gibbs.
Nautica is building modular microfactories deployable anywhere on Earth and beyond. My last business built traditional factory automation equipment, relying on CNC machines and 3D printers. As the fleet grew, problems arose. The machines took over workbenches and tables, extension cords ran wild, getting unplugged accidentally during jobs. The noisy machines and the smell of burnt plastic were distracting. We needed more at times, then had unused capacity in others. And as we grew, retooling and relocating it all was painful. Everyone who uses these machines can relate. There had to be a better way to own and manage these amazing tools, and soon there will be. Modica microfabs are groups of small format machines like 3D printers housed inside our sensor-laden hot swappable pods. They mount to our utility core backplanes, safely organizing power, ventilation, and other shared resources away from trip and tangle hazards. Our coordinator software enables job planning across local and remote clusters, monitors status, and automatically reorders raw materials before you know you need to. Robotic arms tend to the pods, making production fully autonomous. Addressing needs within a growing $12 billion additive and $2 billion smart manufacturing markets, our initial target customers are rapid prototyping service providers and educational makerspaces whose pain we know well. In the ongoing COVID-19 crisis, everyone from high school students to corporate R&D labs started making emergency medical goods, largely using CNC and additive techniques. It's remarkable, but not as easy as it could be, and a lot of capacity is left on the table. Wouldn't it be great if that kind of production shift and scaling could happen at the press of a button, propagating to thousands of available machines opted to share capacity? It's a big vision, but we're well on our way. Our team's actively building prototypes and selling idle machine time the same way microfabs will. We are raising $350,000 to accelerate completion of an 8-pod microfab demonstrator. This product line will recoup its development costs around 2022, with revenue projected at $5 million in 2024. Modica is setting the scene for the future of digital manufacturing right now. If you're aligned with our mission, please join us.
Thank you. Great job. Thank you. And now we have Aaron Williams from Cubisoft.
By 2023, the boba tea market will be $3 billion. The boba tea is becoming the thing that attracts students, and this is not like coffee culture. Meet Jacob. He was having the strawberry mango boba tea for the midday refreshment, and he tossed the cup away after the satisfaction. Over 99% of boba tea drinkers, they are using single-use cup today. About 500 million a day, the straw got tossed away, and 500 billion single-use cup a year are wasted just for the 5 minutes enjoyment. Our product, the Q-Mug, is reusable, recyclable, and can be personalized. There are two models, Sippy Guy, straw-free, and the Slurp Lover. Comes with a reusable straw and cleaning brush that attach on the bottle. How convenient. Both models have the ceramic design inside that keeps the flavor authentic and clean. There are many mugs out there, but none of them like ours. Special design for the boba tea in a thermal cup and straw-free. Younger generations now are more sensitive to the environmental issues, and they want to reduce the waste. The potential is huge. The product will enter into the market with $29 for the first year through online and retail store. The revenue is projected to reach $1.2 million in 2025. The first round of funding will open up for $50,000 in Q3 and follow up with $250,000 next year. My team, Gino, Kathy, and I are looking forward to your investment in our booth. This is Aaron John, the founder of Cubisoft. Thank you.
Great job, Aaron. Seconds to spare. Great, and now we have Thomas Martig with 1-2 Cook.
When I was 19 years old, I lived in a 200 square foot apartment in Hong Kong. I barely had enough room to stretch. My shower was over the toilet, and that was luxurious. I didn't have a kitchen, and the only thing I could afford to eat were $1.50 hot dogs from 7-Eleven. I wanted to eat healthier. There are over 9.3 million people living in tiny apartments and my story throughout Tokyo, Taipei, Hong Kong, and US dorms, all searching for affordable, efficient solutions. Well, 1-2 Cook meets this need by providing an all-in-one skillet that works off rechargeable batteries. It is stovetop meets pan. And it's safe to use on your couch, or in my case, a bed in Hong Kong. My team of engineers, product specialists, and an in-house lawyer are finalizing the design and poised to begin our broad marketing campaign targeting young professionals and dorm students. We are developing our material in 5 languages, including English and Cantonese, to name a few. And our skillet will be developed on the global platform, creating a 5-year net present value of $10 million. Right now, we are starting a $1.5 million private funding source to help get us to that next project part of a Kickstarter and Indiegogo campaign. Our skillet will sell for $180, or about 48 cents per day for 1 year, which is about the same price that, or actually a third of the price of that hot dog at 7-Eleven. Now, one important aspect, this is to support those with ever shrinking roofs. but there are some that aren't as fortunate as us. We will be providing 1 out of every 5 skillets produced to help those in need. Vote to help people get the option to cook in rather than take out. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Great job. Up next, we have Ari Matthew with oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm trying to skip you again. We have Derek Peters with Better Mankind Inc. and the Happy Go app.
If you ever really want to go do an activity but struggle to find someone to do it with, imagine yourself as Sarah. She's in college and wants to go hiking tomorrow, but she doesn't want to go alone. She calls and texts some of her friends only to find out they're unavailable. She then jumps into a hiking group on Facebook to search for someone to hit the trails with, but the responses are overwhelming and she doesn't know their background or feel safe. So she decides to stay home and feels like she missed out. Only when she misses out when photos of epic hikes just blow up her Instagram feed. Now imagine Sarah with the Happy Go app at her fingertips. She opens up the app and explores what hiking options she has. She sees some things her friends want to do, but they're a little out of the way. She then explores some public options and sees a post for Lake Serene, midday, which is ideal. The host is a member of the Mountaineers, has his first aid certificate, loves rock climbing, and they both share a couple mutual friends. So she asks them if they approve. They do. She joins the group and they have their own epic adventure. Happy Go is like LinkedIn, but for hobbies and activities. And it even saves time by using machine learning for calendar coordination with others. We're building a community that loves the outdoors and are open to making friends. Our total addressable market is $6.2 billion in the US. As we launch, we'll be partnering with clubs and orgs to enhance community engagement. Like our first, we have the Washington Alpine Club. Our revenue is through premium subscriptions at $2.99 monthly and $30 yearly. We also sell targeted ads for products and services to support the user's activities. We have a team of 6 and are hiring. We just obtained our first $50,000 investment of the $700,000 we're looking for with convertible notes and anticipate break even in year 3. With all that said, at the heart of it, this is all about community. While Happy Go is geared to connect people for their interests, it's also a tool to build camaraderie and help enhance digital well-being by driving happiness via meetups, both digital and in real life. I'm Derek Peters, founder of Better Mankind Inc. Join the Happy Go app, find your happy place. Thank you.
Great job. Thank you. Okay. Next up, we have Aria Matthew with Permanent Produce.
An apple a day keeps a doctor away. But what happens if you accidentally eat the plastic sticker on one? Well, after a few minutes of furious Googling, my coworker determined that the PLU stickers was going to poison her. However, and quite alarmingly, it was poisoning the environment. Imagine the world wrapped 1.6 times in plastic, a kilometer wide. This is how much plastic is generated from the PLU stickers found on avocados, oranges, and bananas sold in the US each year. These stickers are so thin and pliable that 10 to 15% of compost has to be thrown into the landfill because these stickers go undetected through the screeners. These PLU stickers are essential to stores' inventory and their categorization process, even though damaging to the environment. Our company, Permanent Produce, replaces PLU stickers with an eco-friendly, cost-competitive sticker. Our current prototype is a sticker made of rice paper, wax, and a compostable adhesive. While there are other compostable stickers available in the existing market, traditional PLU stickers remain the most commonly used. Growers stick with plastic due to switching costs from new equipment needed and price concerns. Permanent Produce will create an easy-to-use, cost-competitive sticker solution. By providing a cost-effective alternative, we will replace PLU waste. Small changes have huge impacts. By eliminating stickers from avocados, oranges, and bananas alone, we're removing 65.25 PLU stickers a year, the equivalent of 3 times the size of Lake Sammamish. Together with permanent produce, we will revolutionize the produce industry. Now, eating healthy will mean living healthy in a less polluted world. To learn more, please join us at the Permanent Produce booth. Thanks.
Great job, Aria. Thank you. Great. Next up, we have Tom Thomas with Votegrity.
Your vote matters. Today, there is no guarantee your ballot is ever counted as cast. We are Votegrity. We're going to put trust back in the democratic processes through an online and mobile secure voting solution. In 2000 as Vote Here, we were the right company doing the right thing at the wrong time. We took hundreds of elections online, Country Music Awards, Boeing, and in the UK, for $10 million, we did an election that had 3 million voters and turned around the election results in seconds. It's now 20 years later. All of us are very comfortable online. We do our shopping, our banking, we even buy our cars and houses. This time around, we're going to start in the private sector. We're going to focus on shareholder meetings, HOAs, trade unions and associations. We will then move to tackle the international private sector market, followed by returning to the US public sector market again. It has to change. Just last week in Wisconsin, Sheila, a 67-year-old female voter, was standing in line for hours to cast her vote. She had a long history of mobility issues. She was standing there. She was cranky. She was sore. She was suffering so that she could put her ballot and be heard in the box. We, as Votegrity, are going to bring the ballot box to the user. We are going to remove the accessibility issues locally, nationally, and globally. We, as Votegrity, are asking for your vote to help us change the world together. Thank you.
Great job. Thanks, Tom. Great. And now we have Nastia with Parentific.
Hi, my name is Nastia Mose. I am the co-founder of Parentific. Imagine you're a parent who need to go back to school or work. But before you do that, you need to find a quality childcare for your loved one. Where do you start? On the opposite end, there are high-quality childcare providers who need children to stay in business. The question is, how does these two groups of people find each other? That's where Parentific comes in. Parentific is a platform app that bridges the gap that currently exists in childcare industry. Parentific uses a nationwide database of childcare providers as a resource for parents looking for a high-quality care for their children in a specific area. The app will provide childcare facilities with a platform to effectively market directly to the parent and quickly fill out any opening in their facilities. Best of all, the app will have a Yelp-style functionality allowing providers to be reviewed and rated, helping parents make a better decision, as well as supporting childcare providers to build their reputation. The childcare industry is estimated at $47 billion in annual revenue, and they spend $1.9 billion annually on marketing. We plan to capture just 10% of those marketing dollars within the first 5 years, which will result in a revenue of $3.8 million in Washington State, coming from 1,900 centers, spending an average of $2,000 per year with Parentific. For the first 18 months, our app will be free to users to encourage user growth. In year 2, we'll introduce enhanced premium version that will cost about $10 to upgrade. The majority of our revenue will be generated through subscription fee from providers for listing on their platform, referral fee, and a premium advertising. There's no direct comparison to Scientific, and considering the difficulty of locating customized, high-quality childcare and challenges those centers face in filling those vacancies, Scientific is vitally an important product that needs to be brought to the market. The founding team will be eligible for minority-run and women-owned small business grants and low-interest loans. We are seeking $10,000 to build our beta, so please come visit our booth and learn how Scientific is going.
Thank you. Great job. Excellent. Thank you so much. Is it just me, or is this 25 seconds going faster every time? Thanks, judges. I hope you're keeping up. Okay, now we have Clarity with Bethany Locke.
Picture Sheila and Chris. Both are young adults. They live busy, on-the-go lifestyles, and they look at their phone's notification only to see that they have major events to attend to in a month. Sheila is going to be a bridesmaid at her best friend's wedding, and Chris has an important job interview to land his dream job. We have one problem. Sheila is insecure about her dry-looking hair, and Chris is insecure about his flaking scalp as well as his dandruff. Where do they start? Both Sheila and Chris are walking down the aisles of the supermarket, and they are instantly gravitated towards buying the cheapest shampoo and conditioner off of the store shelves in hopes it'll solve their problem. But what if I told you that the shampoo and conditioning products coming off of these shelves have synthetic and chemical compounds that actually strip your hair of its natural oil, color, and strength? And once the residue washes down the drain, is actually mutagenic to marine life as well as animals. Now meet Clarity. Clarity is a radically transparent online business to consumer brand committed to providing customers with personalized treatments that are uniquely for them and nobody else. Here, Sheila and Chris are able to go to our online portal, take a 5-minute online hair consultation quiz, and one of our online hair technicians will be able to prescribe them a treatment that's uniquely for them. Clarity meets at the intersection of sustainability as well as personalization with our water treatment pods as well as sustainable ingredients. 72% of Americans don't use the correct shampoo or conditioner that would promote proper hair health. With an industry that only sees positive growth from here, Clarity is seeking $75,000 for 15% equity in our company, in addition to a hair or cosmetic industry professional that would serve as a mentor or partner throughout the process. Whether your hair is curly, straight, dry, oily, or anything in between, or whatever your hair goals are, Clarity recognizes that no two heads of hair are ever the same, and neither should your hair products. Just like Sheila and Chris, it's time to look good but feel even better about what's behind the bottle and the products you use. Start now, start with Clarity.
Great job, Bethany. Thanks. Okay, now we have She Leads with Liz Wagner.
It's 1993, and my friend Katie is 10 years old, sitting in her classroom. Her teacher, Mrs. Smith, is giving a presentation on important and influential figures throughout history, but only 2 were women. One is Eleanor Roosevelt, and the other is a Mother Earth. Katie asks her female teacher why only 2 women are represented. Her teacher says, "No other women have made a significant impact on the world compared to men." Clearly, her teacher was mistaken. I'm sure you're all aware of the important contributions of women and the importance of diverse leadership. But girls don't always hear that message. This is just one example of things girls hear that feed that voice in their head saying, girls can't do that. My company, She Leads, will help change that. I'm Liz Wagner, and I'm launching She Leads, a social enterprise whose mission is to educate and inspire girls today to become the women leaders of tomorrow who will change the world. Our first product is an app game. Girls embarked on an adventure and complete quests to learn social emotional skills that become the foundation for leadership skills like conflict management and growth mindset. We'll teach these via role-playing and interactive activities. Our pilot year, we are looking to secure 2 partners who will help launch the white label product, and we also will offer corporate sponsorships via product placement in the app. For initial funding, I'm looking for $300,000 in promissory notes, in addition to the $100,000 personal contribution that I will be making. So what am I looking for from this competition? I'm looking for help finding a co-founder, someone with startup world experience and business development skills who can help us take She Leads to the next level. Join She Leads to educate and inspire the next generation of women leaders. Thank you.
Great job. Thank you, Liz. Great. Next up, we have Sharon Indaguchi with Up and Up. Sharon has a neighbor that's having a party by themselves, so there might be some music in the background that you can just disregard. Okay, Sharon, go ahead.
Have you ever listed an item on OfferUp or Craigslist, but due to a lack of bites, ended up donating that to a donation center, giving it to a friend, or even just throwing it in the trash because it was convenient? Well, what if I told you I had a solution to this? One that would save you time, money, and help you help others. My name is Sharon Ideguchi, and I'm the founder and CEO of Up and Up, the first online consumer-to-consumer marketplace that helps you donate goods unsold on OfferUp and Craigslist easily and conveniently. Now, with the click of a button, you can push items that haven't sold on these marketplaces to Up and Up, where they can be claimed by those who need them most. Once an item has been claimed, we'll come pick it up off your doorstep and deliver it, all for about the price of an Uber, saving you the time and money you otherwise would have spent dragging items around town or investing in an expensive storage unit. And best of all, at the end of the year, we'll give you an itemized receipt of your charitable donations for tax purposes. As in interviewing the head of product at OfferUp, there is a substantial number of listings on these marketplaces that never sell, and businesses don't currently have a strategy for offloading this dead inventory on their platforms. Also, on OfferUp alone, there was 400 million listings, which means that if even just 1% of these listings is pushed to Up and Up, that's still 4 million items that we can give to those in need. That's also 4 million users on our app, which is a lot of eyeballs that we can monetize and add sales revenue. Up and Up not only is helping established companies deal with an inventory problem that they don't currently have a strategy for, but we're helping you declutter your homes and at the same time empowering your communities to turn their own houses into homes. Now I just have one more question for you all. By a show of hands, who would love to see this product in service today? Fantastic. Please come see me at my Zoom booth and I would love to tell you all more about Up and Up. Thank you.
Thank you. Great job. Okay, last but not least, we have Beans After Dark with Max Pineda.
Thank you, Amelia. Let's pretend that life is normal again and you finally feel safe leaving your house. 5 p.m. rolls around and it's closing time at your favorite coffee shop. You're nearly halfway done with your marketing report and moving will completely disrupt your productive headspace. Where can you go to finish the report due the next morning? Your apartment is cramped and messy, the local library is unsafe and boring, and the closest co-working space is far out of budget. Welcome to Beans After Dark, a co-working co-working cafe open from 10 a.m. to 2 a.m., equipped with all your tech necessities in a space designed for productivity, and all you need to enter is to buy a cup of coffee. This scenario is a problem that I, Malia, and my partner Max, students in our undergrad, are all too familiar with. The Capitol Hill area has almost no coffee shops open past 5 a.m. That would leave co-working spaces as a next option, but they start at $225 per month. Beans After Dark will fill that gap by providing a secure, resource-laden cafe inclusive to night owls. Your slightly increased coffee price includes admittance into the co-working space by way of print or mobile receipt. The layout of Beans offers computer monitors, copious charging cables, high-speed Wi-Fi, and a research-supported biophilic interior designed to maximize productivity for our members. Our primary cash flow will be coffee and food sales with the cost of admittance built in. The slightly increased prices deliver high value to our members while increasing profit margins. We conservatively project break even after just 9 months. To welcome the Capitol Hill community to our revolutionary co-working cafe, we're asking for a one-time investment of $95,000 for 30% equity in our company. This investment would help us cover startup costs, working capital, and a living wage for employees. Help us be part of the solution for the night owls, students, and young professionals of our areas, and invest in Beans After Dark. Thank you.
Great job. Great job, Malia. Okay, great job, everyone. We want to give everyone at home, give a big round of applause to yourself, to all of our teams. I'm going to now dismiss all of the team members. They can leave. You should now leave here and go to your booth setup. If you are an attendee, stay here. If you're a judge, stay here. We have more important information for you. But if you are one of the team members, please go ahead, go to your booth rooms, and we will send people your way in just a few minutes. That was fantastic. One of the silver linings of having to move online this year is that it was so easy to record these fantastic pitches. So I know that I'm excited to see those come through. We can share that video afterwards. Okay. Well, thank you for being such great audience members. We're going to give the teams just a couple minutes to set up. I have a couple things I want to share with you, some directions and next steps. But before we go too much farther, I do want to do a couple shout outs for the other people who are helping keep me on track so we can make this happen, especially my advisory board member, Kyle Vixie. If you haven't met Kyle yet, he's fantastic. He is such a great advocate for entrepreneurship and working with our young students. So thank you for doing everything, Kyle. He has been so fantastic at getting us lined up with sponsors, strategic partners. We got a little thrown off this year, but great fires in the pool for next year. So thank you, Kyle. Additionally, I want to thank our Dean, Joseph Phillips, the whole Albers community, the faculty, the staff, all of the other students have been fantastic in supporting our students through the hard times that we've been doing. So I do want to turn it over to our Dean, Joe Phillips, for a minute here. Let him share a couple of things. Joe, I just unmuted you, and I think Alexis should be able to spotlight you here. If you're ready. Go ahead, Joe.
Okay, thanks a lot, Amelia. And it's great to welcome everybody to this historic event, right? The first time that the business plan competition has been online and virtual. So that's great. And if the students were here, I guess they're not here anymore, right? They've gone to their rooms. I talked to them about, what a great job they did in terms of responding to the situation and being resilient and challenging themselves and stretching themselves to work in this new format. And of course, this is being sponsored by the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Center. So it's great that the center is living up to its title and being innovative with this new way of doing the competition. And of course, I want to congratulate the A squad, the A squared squad, Amelia and Alexis. Great job in putting this together. And I'm already looking forward to the finals on the 29th, as I know it'll be just as cool as today is. Judges, thank you so much for helping us out and being resilient and flexible yourselves with this format. Really appreciate your help, whether it's face-to-face or online. And again, thank you that you're obviously playing an important role in this process. So thank you all again for being here, and I'm going to hand it back to Amelia.
Great, thank you so much. Thanks so much, Joe. Really excited to have you here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to let you guys go to the trade show booths in just a second here. I want to make sure everyone knows what's happening next. We will close this Zoom room webinar room. So as soon as you leave here, don't come back. But we do hope that you go to each of the trade show booths. So if you are a trade show judge, you received an email in Eventbrite, it might be in your junk folder, that tells you which number we would like you to start at. You should have received a packet with a cover sheet with all of the team's name in the order that they pitched, and then all of their executive summaries. So if you are a judge in Heat 12, we ask you to start with team number 12, and then 13, and then 14. And once you get to 19, go back up to number 1. If you are an audience member, free reign. Our trade show judges, we ask that you do make sure to visit every single team booth. If you spend about 5 minutes with each, you'll be done in about an hour and a half. So you should have plenty of time. If you're an audience member, visit the booths that seem most interesting to you. Feel free to skip around and visit any ones that you like. If you are a pitch competition judge, please, turn in your scores, just email those to me. And if you can stick around for the trade show, we definitely hope that you can. Just act like an audience member, hop around from booth to booth, whatever you guys like. And be sure to tag hashtag HSBPC in everything that you're doing. We definitely want to see what all the booths look like. The teams are getting really creative. I've seen a ton of different approaches. So we're going to go from here into the trade show booths. Once this webinar meeting ends, hopefully your browser will automatically open a URL that will have a PDF of that packet. So you can click the links directly to each of the booth rooms. If you're a trade show judge, please go try to find the Eventbrite email, which should walk you through it. But if you get messed up, just start somewhere near the middle and go from there. Each of the Zoom rooms will be a booth operated by each of the teams. So they may use whatever different functions they like. Some will have a waiting room, which means when you get there, you won't be popped directly into the meeting. They'll let you in after a couple seconds. Also note that you can change your view. Up in the top right, there's a speaker or a gallery view if you want to be able to see that. And then either polls, chats, breakout rooms. If people haven't used breakout rooms, it's a smaller sub. It's like the closet in the room. So if you want to have a side conversation or a longer discussion, you might say, hey, can we just pop over to a breakout room? I want to pick your brain a little bit about something that maybe not everyone else wants to hear. Some of the teams may have a totally different experience that they want you to do. So take the lead from them. We are going to now close this meeting room. From here, if you have any questions or get stuck at the bottom of the PDF that's about to open, there's a Zoom help room. Alexis and I will be in there. If you have any questions, go there first. Also, if you go back to the Eventbrite website, that 4 to 6, we have a link, and that will get you directly to our Zoom help room if you aren't sure where to go. So from now, please be sure to tell all of the teams what an amazing job they've done. I'm really excited to have everyone be able to go and visit the trade show booths. Trade show judges, if you have questions about judging, stop by the help desk and ask me and Alexis. We're asking everyone to have their rooms open until 6 p.m. And then they will close the rooms and then keep an eye on your email. So thank you all. Yes, Alexis has set this link. If you copy and paste this into your browser, that will get you into the Zoom help room and we can assist you from there. So I'm going to now end this meeting. Please go and find the links for the team booths and either just start going around and visiting the teams, or you can stop by the help booth, which Alexis just shared the URL for, if you have more questions. Thank you all for being here. We're really excited. Don't forget to get your votes in for the Audience Choice Award. Okay, we'll see you in the rooms. Bye all.